Nice.
Graphics and effects.
Nice. I can see my house.
That's what you look at.
Yep.
Yes, everybody knows it.
Ooh.
Did you really? That's awesome. Sanders used to play dress up.
I'd like to call to order the Parks Board meeting for November 18th. If you'll bow with me for prayer, appreciate it. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have given us. Lord, be with us as we go through this night. Be with each and every person that's on this board, and praying for the things spoken and things that are not that are unspoken. Thank you, mercy. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for being somebody that can be there when nobody else is. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Perry, will you do us a favor?
Oh, yeah.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And there we go. Ms. Hellman, I don't believe you've ever done our Pledge of Allegiance, have you?
These two next.
Have you? Don't want to leave anybody out. All right, acceptance. I'll accept a motion to look at
So
the...
moved.
The first would be Mr. Bennett. The second would be everybody else on the board except Ms. Hellman. Hold on. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Ms. Hellman first, Mr. Perry second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do we have any public comments?
No, sir, we do not.
Do you want to say anything?
Not this time.
Okay, good. Thank you. Aw. Okay, the bullet 5, presentation for Mr. Peterson, well reserved. Bell is deserved.
Oh, to the podium he goes.
Oh my gosh.
Come on down. The next contestant on The Price is Right.
Podium man.
We thought about, we really don't have new business on the agenda tonight for approval, which is rare. But when I found out that really and truly Mr. Peterson was supposed to not be done with us yet, I thought we'd better have one more meeting so we could properly recognize him, even though we said all the nice things about him last time. This is the third BOMA liaison that I've had during my time as the Parks Director. I can't tell you how important it is to have a good person up here that supports the Parks Department. The fact that you've been in the parks and saw your family grew up in them meant a lot to me. The support you've given has been a lot to us and the Parks Department. We've had a lot go on in your short time here as our liaison, from tornadoes to floods to everything you can think of. And you've supported us when we've had what some people may seem like crazy ideas. You've supported us when we've needed money. You've supported us, and I appreciate it very much. I know all these guys and girls appreciate it. More than anything, you've made a difference in our city, and that is the biggest thing. So tonight we want to give you this plaque that says, "In appreciation, Lee Peterson, thank you for your service and dedication as our Parks Board liaison." That's for you. And then you get one of these rare green camo hoodies that everybody's jealous of. So we thank you, and if you, it's yours to say something.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for everything.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Speech.
That's right.
Yeah, I had a speech, but Mr. Bennett's got a basketball game, so I'm going to cut it short. Mr. Chairman, thank you for leading these meetings, saying a prayer and pledging to our flag. That's so important that the city can honor that. And Board, I appreciate it. Bubba Perry and I go way back. I'm honored to serve on this board with Bubba. The board understands the parks and how important it is to the city, and I thank you for your time that you serve on this board. It's so important. And staff, Dallas, or was it Trevor, Wade, y'all got recognized last week. It's incredible from your peers. We really appreciate what you're doing. Everybody sees the importance of your events and your activities that you sponsor, and we appreciate that. You know, when gets rained out and you scramble around to find fields and make sure that the tournaments are completed. It's so important. I was, my first day serving on the board, I was so impressed with Keith Bruce because I've been listening to him on the rainout line for 17 years. And I thought I was meeting a rock star.
We all do.
Yeah,
But,
we love him.
you know, I appreciate the parents that sign their kids up to play team sports. I appreciate the volunteers that help pick up trash after tournaments. I also want to recognize the refs that step up and help with these events. I know it's not appreciated sometimes they're not appreciated, but they should be. Tournaments are huge, all these events that you bring to the city, and it's always for the residents to enjoy, and that's what I really appreciate. I'm blessed to sit on this board, and I thank you for my time. I wish I didn't have to step down, but I know someone that will fill my shoes and appreciate the parks and everything that you do as much as I have.
What size are your shoes? No, never mind. Mr. Mayor, do you have anything you want to add to this, sir?
I just want to lead y'all in praising him and applauding.
Lead it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Peterson, I've been on or about on this board for 35 years at one time or the other. And we have had liaisons from all over the place. And I don't want to hurt any feelings, and we've had a lot of nice people in here, but you are by far the best liaison we've ever had.
Thank you.
You can give me that $10 in a minute. All right, let's see, verbal updates. Ms. Hamlin is not here, but I bet somebody has her report.
She was supposed to be here. She may be here a few minutes late, but I'll go ahead and go over her stuff. The Lunch with Santa signups have actually filled up. They usually fill up the very first day. So we are on a waiting list with the Lunch with Santa, or Breakfast with Santa now. Used to be Lunch with Santa, now it's breakfast. Santa gets up earlier now. And then the Special Needs Basketball League starts signups on Monday, and they will start games and practices the first part of January. And I think that's about it for right now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, AKA Ms. Hamlin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Recreation, Mr. Fugate.
Congratulations to our 2024 fall softball adult champions, Drake Sato. High school basketball started their games last Thursday, so far no hiccups. Adult basketball started their games last Wednesday, and also no hiccups. And then lastly, I just hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Thank you.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice, very good job,
good.
very, very good job.
Gentlemen.
Events Supervisor, Mr. Evans.
Okay, man down over here, by the way, Jason. We're good. Just a couple quick things. Power Wheels was great. We had 50 kids this year. Thank you to Relive Health that helped sponsor, and Batteries Plus, which is nice. If you haven't seen the shirts, they're really funny. But the kids had a great time. Even what's cool about the hockey rinks is just we talk about using our space for other things. It was torrential downpouring the whole Sunday, and we were still able to have our race in the hockey rinks. So just think about how many parents got to see it and got to see the space. So that was good to have. On the other side of that, Trick or Treat at Drace Creek, we ran the numbers. We know we had over 4,000 people there in the park. And we have not had that kind of, since I've been here, this is my 5th year, we have not had that type of turnout for Trick or Treat. And we felt it, like it was super packed at Drace Creek. So that's great because there's probably a lot of families there that have never stepped foot in our park before. Like I said, basketball is going great. We have 35 program supervisors that are in our gyms. We're roughly in 14 gyms a night. So thank you to Sumner County Schools and the city working on that. We did have the state cross-country meet, which went really, really well. I know there was some new stuff that went out there about we did have a runner go down, but I just want to put on record that our plan that we had met with EMS and with our fire department having the UTV, both incidents where we had a runner go down, we had somebody attending to them within less than a minute. So that's just a testament to the planning that we had between us, the the fire department, Sumner EMS, and the police department as well, making sure we had those plans. So hopefully we will go to bid for that again. Hopefully, if that goes out, we'll try to bid for that to come back. Something that will be coming up, just to make sure everybody's aware because it has changed this year. Christmas parade is on the 8th, which is Sunday, 2 o'clock. Immediately following that, hopefully around 3:30, we'll have our tree lighting ceremony. And then on the 14th, Saturday at 5:30 at Mallard Point and at Saunders Ferry, we have the boat parade. So besides that, I'll hope to have a year in review for you for all of our economic impact at the next meeting, just so you'll have it for your number's sake. But other than that, thank you, Alderman Peterson. Thank you for serving, sir. Love and respect.
Questions? Thank you, Ms. Evans. Maintenance, Mr. Cole?
Yes, sir. We've just got a few updates from some things going on down at the park. We're continuing with our field renovations. I think we're down to our last two infields that we're doing. If you go in Drake's Creek, you'll notice that the turf field no longer has turf on it. They were able to pull that up last week, so we're hoping to get that back down quick. Field 12, we had a new backstop poured today, so hopefully that field will quit getting rained out and all the infield material washing down the pedestrian bridge. We're about to start putting the Christmas lights up, so probably either end of this week, beginning of next week, we're going to go on and start getting all those displays up and going. And we are going to start on our winter list coming in the next few weeks, so we're going to start painting bathrooms and knocking out some small things off of that. Thank you.
Questions? Thank you, Mr. Cole. Assistant Director, Mr. Long?
Thank you. We're going into our last week of the fall season with fields open. We still have Tennessee United out practicing playing games this week and weekend. Adult Soccer League will finish up Friday night with their season, and then flag football starts the playoffs tonight, and they'll play tonight and tomorrow, and then finish up on Saturday. And then starting on Monday, we'll enter our winter shutdown period where all grass fields are closed, with the exception of the few dates that you all approved for Tennessee United to continue training this winter. Other than that, 2 weeks ago, we rolled out our new online registration software, which is called Civic Rec. So far, so good with that, but that will be a little change for anyone looking to register for any of our programs that's used to the old system. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Assistant Director, Ms. Hamlin? No, excuse me, Mr. Bruce?
Actually, there is one thing I forgot for her report. Thank you for reminding me. The breakfast with Santa is Saturday the 7th. The special needs visit with Santa is Monday the 9th. So you all are all welcome to come. It's here at City Hall. They do it inside here actually in this meeting room at usually 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock on that Monday the 9th, if anybody's interested. For my report, most of the fall leagues are finished. Hockey, senior men, baseball, softball, all of those have finished up in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Still have a few things going on at hockey with tournaments. We had the Echo tournament the Bear Paul last week. We got the Nash Cup coming up this weekend, and then the Santa Skate later on. So still got 2 or 3 more big events, which Jimmy is thrilled about for the opening of the concession stand in November and December. He can't wait. And basketball, youth basketball, Michael is doing a great job, first-year director with them. And we've been practicing probably 2 weeks now, about 135 teams in the Civitan organization. Going to practice for 2 more and then start games December 7th, the first Saturday in December. So that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Ruth. Director, Mr. Gilly?
Keith, tell them, just so everybody can understand, how many teams we have with basketball and what that leads to on number of games on a Saturday.
Normally, like I say, there's a girls division, boys division, and then there's an open team division. And all total, 134, 135 teams. We try to get everybody on a Saturday, even though some odd number divisions, we, try to get everybody at least one game on a Saturday. So we look at probably 75 different games on a Saturday. And that's 75 hours of basketball. And you need gym supervisors, 2 scorekeepers, 2 referees, a lot of moving parts, principals, in the schedules to get us in the facilities. Just a lot of moving parts on really any day of the week, but especially Saturday. We go from 9 in the morning until probably 6 at night. Every hour on the hour is a game, people moving and coming in and out. So Saturdays, we just don't we hope for no snow on Saturdays. What about that?
Thanks. Just to kind of pigtail off that, or dovetail, whatever the term is, every one of these guys on a Saturday or even at night when basketball is going on is basically on call for if something goes wrong, or if we don't have a key, or a gym's not, if the elementary school sets up for the school play and doesn't tell us, or if we need maintenance to run something over or something. So these guys are literally this time of year on call 24/7, and it's pretty amazing what they pull off with the scheduling of basketball. Thank God it's an inside sport, but they do a great job. Just to update real quick on projects, because I know Mr. Bennett's got to go. He loves the popcorn at the concession stands, so we got to make sure he gets there in time for that. We are in the process, thanks to Mr. Hollers back there in the glass room and the IT department, of adding the security cameras to the pickleball courts. That's a big deal. I want to give a compliment to Trevor and our maintenance staff. I don't know if you've driven by the volleyball courts recently after a rain, but you will notice that there's hardly any water on those from the renovation that they made to those after the flood that we had. Took them way down, built them back up from scratch, and done a great job getting drainage better over there. Trevor mentioned field renovations. Like he said, we are in the middle of renovations that are hopefully reimbursable by FEMA. Thanks to our Board of Mayor and Aldermen for approving the funding, because it's something that you have to approve on the front end. So we are renovating our dirt infields. Trevor mentioned the turf high school baseball field. That is in progress. Actually, it looks just like it did 9 years ago today. If you go down there, it was being installed 9 years ago. So that turf lasted us 9 years, 9 seasons, probably over 200 games a year. It did its job, so I'm glad we're able to get new on there. But also there's dugout renovations and fence renovations along with these tornado and flood repairs that we're doing. We are in the process of adding lightning detection to the rugby complex. That's a much needed addition out there with the number of flag football people that we have to go with the rugby and other sports that we have. We talked today, we're going to install HVAC in the dog park restroom, which means that will be able to be open year-round, which is a nice thing for the people using the dog park and the greenway at Memorial Park, for us to not have to shut that restroom down all winter. We think that will get all of our restrooms finally be able to be open year-round. That is a long time coming for as much use as we have in the park, so that's a big deal. We are getting close to a contract to start moving forward with the Heritage Park grant that we received. We're just lacking a couple more steps before we can enter into a contract with TDEC. Hopefully we could see maybe dirt moving in the spring out there. That's an ambitious goal, but that's what we're shooting for. Still in the very infant stages of the bike pump track grant that we received. Not even, we're a couple months behind where we are with the Heritage Park one. Nothing really we can do about it. We did learn at our state conference, and this is a very important thing. Previously, when you have those what's called LPRF grants with the state of Tennessee, you could not apply for the next round and if you had an open project. So example, we couldn't apply for the Heritage Park grant until we knew for sure that we were done with the rugby and turf soccer field grant, because it's the same type of grant. They've announced this year that you can apply even if you have an open project. So that is a huge deal. We've already had preliminary meetings with the mayor and the COO and our grant consultant. We're going to be looking for some ideas. At this point, I don't want to get too far ahead, but with the new sales tax that the city has passed, it is a pretty good opportunity for us to capitalize on those dollars that are set aside for parks to match them with a state-funded grant that could do some improvements in multiple parks across the city. So you'll hear more about that. We will probably bring to you a list for your recommendation or blessing maybe in the December meeting, but that's a big deal. And if you have some ideas of things, we're trying to compile a big list and then go from there and see what needs to be the priorities, which a lot of that will be based off our parks master plan that we completed. Wade mentioned the parade and the tree lighting and the boat parade. We want to thank our friends at Holiday Fest who also helped us with Pig Fest, but they also major role in the Christmas parade and tree lighting that keeps us from having to do as much of the heavy lifting on a lot of those things. So please attend those if you get the chance. They're great events for the city. And last but not least, I want to congratulate these guys down here on their success with the TRPA awards, our Tennessee Recreation and Parks Association at our state conference. We did have 2 events. I mean, we had a 4-star winner for a special event with the tornado relief concert that we partnered with the Chamber of Commerce. And we also had an award-winning application for a renovated facility with our soccer complex following the flood that we had. As long as I've been going to that, it's not very often that a department wins 2 major awards like that. There's only 5 major categories. So that was a big deal. Would I trade them to not have had a tornado and a flood? Yes, but at least we got recognized for the hard work that these folks did. Wade had a major role in presenting the awards at the state conference this year. Dallas continues to serve on the state board, and Trevor voted by his peers to receive the Distinguished Young Professional Award, which can only go to somebody under 35. So Keith and I are ineligible, but just barely. We missed it. But that's a big deal for Trevor to get that award, and a big deal for our city. He, he's not as good as Dallas because Dallas got it first, but at least Trevor did get it. But big deal to be recognized with your state peers there. I always feel that's very important for us to measure ourselves against across the state, and I say we stack up pretty well. So thank you again, Mr. Peterson, and let's get Mr. Bennett out of here.
Thank you, sir. Question? Round table, Ms. Ted? Mr. Perry?
I have to. Thank you, guys. The awards are just so well deserved down there. You guys, every one of you are awesome. The park guys, the maintenance. Mr. Peterson, thank you for, I love you, man. You're an old neighbor of mine. The mailbox behind 13 is awesome. I love that. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's the chubby man's favorite day. So appreciate all of you.
Mr. Golden?
Yeah, big thank you to Lee for serving and being such a great advocate for this board and representing us. And thank you for that. Congratulations to the team. Great recognition and well-deserved. So thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
So,
Yes, I would like to say congratulations too, and happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Bennett?
Lee, thanks again, buddy. It's been a pleasure to serve with you on the board and get to know you. Thank you very much. And then also bringing up to the fact that Keith Bruce is a rock star. I appreciate you saying that. So now the entire city knows it. And everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Appreciate you. Game's over, so we got plenty of time to do this again.
You go by our parks, whichever sign you go by, and you just naturally assume that they just grew there. And I want to thank all the guys down there. There's not been a time that I haven't asked for help that they hadn't been right there. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, Mr. Peterson.
Yeah, thank you. Again, board, I appreciate what you do. BOMA does as well. It's testament to the city. All these events that come to us, you know, it's for every age group, every demographic, every ability, and I appreciate you not leaving anybody behind. Our parks are for everybody, and that we can all be proud of that. And just thank you for your work. And Andy, you have amassed an incredible staff, and I think that's because of you. And we appreciate you being the director, guiding your staff, and bringing these events to our city, and making sure that these parks are open for our residents, and we can always enjoy them 365 days a year. So I appreciate that, and blessed to serve on this board. I'm not going anywhere, but I won't be on the board anymore, but I certainly will miss it. I appreciate everything y'all are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. I'm sure that nobody has any questions about for your information, and I would accept a motion to adjourn. Mr. Golden said yes, and Mr. Perry, no. Ms. Hellman said second. I'm sorry, she took it away from you. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed.